Morning, team. Morning, everyone. Today's going to be a really short stream. All right, I'm going to do my best to get you prepped here for the day, but then I've got to get back to bed. This is not fun, whatever it is I've got. All right, let's go over the charts as always. All right, we're starting off back above the 5-day, and we are in an outside bar. All right, so most of yesterday was spent building liquidity down here. Eventually, towards the end of day, you got a breakout. All right, you got the breakout push above this node into the old high consolidation, and we're continuing that move this morning. All right, gapping up, and the question really is this a gap and go to all-time highs on a Friday, or do you have a failed push and a trade back inside the weekly range again? Let's come down to hourlies. All right, they are making this quite hard to trade. They are chopping you around a fair bit. There's not a whole lot of continuation. You can see yesterday, the games that were played yesterday were for so long. Honestly, it was for so long until you got to 2 o'clock. They took so long to build this liquidity before finally going overnight, or even yesterday afternoon. They pulled right back to test it and went again. Right, as if there weren't enough buyers involved here, which there clearly were. I'm not sure if that was a headline move, wasn't there for it. And now you're starting to hold this RBSO. All right, so if we think about this, resistance became support. That's your level, all right, which is also previous day's value area high. So if they get washy today, you'd want that to hold. All right, if they do a morning dip, you'd really want that to hold. If you're going to see strength, really, you'd like to see it just base outside of previous week's value, which is what we're trying to do overnight. We've dipped back down and reclaimed it. So you'd really like to see all dips hold, 340s, 540s, 550s, and continue that move. Otherwise, you're watching the 400 zone to continue that move. That's going to be the easier trade, is going to be the upside move today to look for these all-time highs. All right, that's going to be the easier trade without a doubt. Whether it can do it or not is a whole different ball game. It would depend on chips, breadth of market, news, all this stuff. I mean, it's almost odd that when you think about these moves, and even these moves, right, what I would say is these are recycled headlines. Oh, the war's over. Yeah, we've won the war. It's going to be done. Like, how many times can you recycle a headline? What happens when they finally do finish it is what I kept saying to you yesterday. I would have concerns that you get a sell the news event, given that they've recycled these headlines for 7 weeks, 8 weeks. If any of you traded small caps, it feels very much like that, a recycled headline for week after week after week, and then a sell the news. So I'd just be slightly concerned. All right, 5 minute, let's just have a look at what happened overnight. So Globex caught the bid, drove up, retested, held, went sideways. London extended it, failed into gamma, 660, came back, came under previous week's value area high, failed value area high, came down towards previous day's value area low, RBS zone, found the bid, back to value area high, held it. That's why this is our level today. All right, so you want to watch this. It's messy because it's the midpoint of Globex. It's really less than ideal how they've set this up, but I'd be watching to see if they hold dips into 540s. And then look for that continuation. If they lose 540s, there's an argument for a rotation back down to here. You can see the book, I'm trying to teach you guys, and I can see them, they're just chopping this book around up and down very violently on absolutely nothing. So just be careful. It feels like the last few days might be start to see some players get stuck soon because they keep doing these same moves over and over. All right, so here's the move coming back down to previous week's value area high. Right now you can see absorption on that previous day high, absorption on that for now. Again, I've lost you on OBS. Where's it gone? There we are. All right, move this to a 5 minute. Have a look at ES. Let's move that along. That's ridiculous. What's gone on there? Trading view. All right, same story with ES. All right, it's looking for all-time highs, which are over here. All right, so it's kind of similar. Is it willing? It looks actually stronger over here at the moment. So is it willing to hold these levels right here, I'd say? Basically, yeah, 95s. for the 500 break to get you to 515, and the high of that 540. You can see they've priced it in already. If you start losing 495s, maybe a rotation back down and see if they scoop it up again. I can tell you now, I'm just watching, I can see the book from my left eye, and there is a lot of bullshit going on already on a Friday. A lot of bullshit, so be very careful. That is not looking very nice out there. All right, spiders, same story, gapping up. You can see we're through the call 45. Question is very simply, do dips hold? All right, dips hold to complete this extension, or do you lose this RBS level? This is your level 745. If you lose that, you'll probably see a rotational weakness move back down to close. So that's what you're watching on SPY. Positive above 45, under that, be careful of a rotation. Qs, same kind of story, really. I mean, are they willing to hold Globex? You can see this RBS zone are coming into, right? This is 717s. Are they willing to hold 717s? If they lose it, gap fill potential 715s. They lose that, weakness. They hold that, back up we go. I mean, these are not ideal. I know we're looking long, but this really, the way they've set this up is really quite gross. That was our long that we took on Tuesday. After then, ground finally went on Wednesday, which we caught, come back down, chop, 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 finally go, and now stuck up here. I mean, the long positioning here is your worst positioning of all time, isn't it? They've made it hard. You'd almost rather break out and hold for the cleaner move right now, because the way they're chopping this, it almost wouldn't surprise me to see it come back down, for them to just be like, fuck it, can't be bothered to hold it over the weekend, too risky. All right, Dixie finding a bid of PDC, but we're just chopping sideways, as we've been doing for a while. If we have a look at crude, it's come right back in, all right, given the headlines. So losing the 100 bid, all right, and we're back inside this again, failing outside, at the moment failing underneath, starting to see weakness. If we see that weakness, we'll come right back down. This is where you'll get the market probably rip, if we see that. All right, VIX also coming back in, trading back sideways, losing these two bids up here, coming back down to the bottom side of the range, healthy for the market. We'll have a quick look at the MAG. Apple gapping up over that breakout now. So we broke out over the 300, 304 range, and we start to get going. You can see they've priced it in. If they hold 305, they're looking for 310 today. Still holding swing longs in that, looking very, very good. We're up, I don't know, 180 points or something ridiculous. Not that much, 80 points, I should say. Amazon looks good as well, gapping up. Can it hold its gap? We'll just zoom sideways here, see what we're coming into. Yeah, it's got some stops to run here. So if we get going, 270 is the level. You can see they've priced it in, but there's stops above. So if they hold the bid here, even down here, and start to go back upside, so many stops here to take out. Let's buy side of the curve now. Right, so at least to this target. If they fail that, then we can talk about failures, but at the moment it looks like a good bid coming in. Goog, that doesn't look so good. No, that looks rough. That's a leave alone. You want to wait for it to get out of this box. Otherwise, not touching, opening up flat. Microsoft, that's kind of the same, pinned in. Midpoint, not very nice right now. Probably a leave alone. Sorry, this is Microsoft. That was Meta. Microsoft. Okay, failed the 430 break and come back in. That is not a good sign. Midpoint of the range as well. So boxed in here as well on Softy. So again, no edge there. Nvidia starting to look a little dangerous for backside soon. If they can't maintain a bid here at 17s, that's going to be your backside move. So in fact, I'm going to put a price alert here, so I'm aware of when it's coming down. So they need to hold the bid at 17s for this RBS zone. If they do that, all right, resistance becomes support. If they build enough liquidity here, sure, we've got room. But if they lose that, I'd be concerned about a backside fade. Tesla, back to these 420s. We all know the importance of these 420s. You can see the pivot here. All right, this is where we had the big pump last week. There's the fade away from it into the RBS zone. All right, and back to this pivot. This is your over-under. So over 420s base, we go. Reject 420s, confirmation of lower high, and then they'll look for a lower low break. So it's into a very, very sensitive area. Software holding up right, starting to catch a bid again this week, which is good. Like we said, if we catch a bid in software, we'd probably see the rotation out of the chip names. Let's have a look at this beast. Up and away, holding. All right, over the 180s. We talked about that move yesterday. Yesterday we talked about the chop and the importance of 180s. Eventually, you got the drive to 180s. That was your failure on NQ. And then the rebid over, and we're gapping up and over it now. So dips that hold 180s, you're looking for 190, 200s. If 200 would be bonkers, but you just don't know. If we have a look at some of these names, I mean, AMD's going, MU holding up. How close to a breakout is? It's got to break this shelf first here. INTC is probably going on the news this morning. It's trying. And then we've got some of these quantum names down here. IREN, big shove yesterday. You want dips to hold 54s now. IONQ, we're swing long in this, looking good. We might come right back into 52s. We'd love to see a continuation day today on these names, given that we've done this. If we can get continuation on these today for a day 2 shove, again, technically day 3, but I'm going to call this day 2 shove. It would be fantastic. NVTS, the same story. Yeah, that's broken out. I mean, all dips that hold here, NVTS, we're looking for a day 2 shove. I mean, day 3, ugly 1, 2, 3 would be ideal. Would be ideal. Rigetti, same story. All right, there's your breakout. Big moves. And we swing long in these, and we'll see how far we can get. Let's just have a quick look at the 30 year. Has this come back in? Yes, it has. Okay, that's a good sign. Zoom out on the daily. All right, this is the level. We talked about this yesterday and the day before. So we don't want the 30 year to hold this level and go again. That will be a major problem for the market. If it loses this level, fantastic. Maybe that we get more room for more upside if we lose that level. Trump's tweeting the war's over. I mean, yeah, he's been tweeting that for a little while. It's not actually over. It'll be over when they sign the documents, which is what they've flown out to do. I mean, I don't think he's actually said it's over, has he? Has he actually said it's over? That would be news to me. No, he hasn't actually said it's over. So let's make sure we're accurate with what we say in chat. No, that's definitely not the case. Definitely not the case. All right. So you're prepared. You'll watch this first grey box down here today. See if they're willing to hold the print and do this move. If they don't, rotation to here. And then it's a question of, do they hold a print in here to move higher? That's kind of the plays. You're bullish overall, but in a range. So it ain't ideal, but there we go. Market very rarely is ideal. Yesterday was the same. Opened up in Chop City, didn't it, for a little while. SOXL is breaking out while Qs are moving downside. Hilarious. Unsurprised. I'm unsurprised by anything nowadays with these Qs. There's just, the divergence is so big at this point. I'm kind of unsurprised at anything it does. And you have, how long we got left here, folks? 30 seconds. We'll see if they do a rocket ship at the open to the upside, given that SOXL is breaking out and testing 185 now. And if it goes through that and through the pre-market highs of 186, it's going to go 190. It looks very bullish here on the chips at the open. So I wouldn't be surprised to see this do something absolutely bonkers to the upside on the open, but we will see. We'll see. See if they've got the juice. Here we go. Dip. Do they dip and rip? There's your VWAP. SOXL failing. Popped and failed on the SOXL. And then popped again. And failed again. And popped again. Holy smokes. This thing doesn't know what to do. They're still holding all dips here. This is all on the chips. They popped 185, came up to 186, failed, came under 185, came down to 184, found a bid, back to 185. This is all happening in seconds. These are big moves very, very quickly in the chip names. They might have just caught everyone there for the push up. Here it comes. There you go, everyone. Congratulations. Here's your rocket ship. So they came down to the grey box and VWAP, and here they go. There's your rocket ship. Bye. All right, this is all on the chips. Goodbye. Said it's probably going to happen given what's going there. They had to play games for 10 seconds. So there you go. So this is your target. So if you bought this in front of value, like we talked about, here's your target. Then you're looking 660, Globex, and then you're looking this grey box up there. There you go. There's your day gone. Thanks very much. Made your money. Get out. Laugh at everyone who tried to force the short when chips were gapping up. Hilarious. There you go. Is your rocket. And 187, here's your pre-market high break on the chip names. And if they get through this, they're going 190, and NQ will go absolutely flipping bonkers if that happens. But yeah, if you did take that dip, the dip in front of this that we just talked about, we'd want to see a dip into here and then a move to this, and then this, and then this. You're nicely in the money. Congratulations. Job done. Now the long holding runners, nice, very good. In the dip, where to add? Well, I'd be very cognizant now that you're coming up to pre-market highs. So if you build liquidity out here or here, you can think about that move up. Very nice move here. Very, very nice move here. Big buyer coming in up here now. So if they pull back and hold, even better now, but this thing is just away. And again, it's the semis, guys. It's why we watch the semis, because if you're watching anything else right now, you're probably thinking, why are we doing this? It's a very narrow, concentrated market right now. We lack breadth, and we have had more breadth the last few days, but we do generally lack breadth in this market. So 190 looks like it's the target for those semiconductors. And you see if they pull back and hold here or not now. Remember, you just tagged this. This was your next TP. So TP1, TP2, TP3. And if they build out liquidity here for you, great. You can think about trying to get more on if they trap more shorts. But you want to be watching that 187s. See if they pull back and hold. There's a low volume node here, 614 down to 590. See if they do a little flush and trap. But you're what, 100? You made 100 points there in your first 2 minutes. That's perfect. So coming in, I should get volume on for you. Sorry, guys. Coming into this node. Is it there? There we go. See this low volume node. See if they soak underneath this and rip it, or if they're going to dump it all the way back down, because it's still early morning. Here you go. So what happens now becomes important. SOXL losing 187 back to the 185. So, I mean, it's so concentrated here, folks. You need to be careful. You should have made your money, and see if they reload this or not. If they start losing, New York opening them in trouble. But there you go. This could be the trap. If they start reclaiming 25s, they can start going for more now. This is what I was just talking about. So dependent on how they act here. If they can get back through these, is it 25 or 35? 25, sorry, my eyesight not very good. Get back through these 25s, this would be the dip and rip kind of move. They got to get back through this thick volume for you, and then you can start lifting. You'd like to see these buyers at 600 move up instead of fanning around down here. Here's the 25s. You get through this. This can be the dip and rip. Especially if chips go. Here you go. This is what we just talked about. So low volume node held. They trapped sellers in there. They're back above. Once they get back above this, they can really push it for the day. Really nice moves. This is what you want to see for buying continuation. The trap underneath in the low volume. Here you go. This is exactly what we just talked about. I actually bought this even though I'm not well. And we'll see if we can lift and lift and lift and fill with all these guys through the 660s, 680s. See if we can get up here to 740s now. You can lock some profit in at these highs. There was a buyer caught this morning up at 50s. Be aware of that. Do we have the juice to go now? Back above the 187 on the chip names. I'm actually going to add into this. I think we're going to really start shoving. We've got to just fill these guys up here. Next dip that holds, I'm going to add maybe 30s. Probably shouldn't be trading, not feeling that well. Well, you didn't fill me at 30s, you horrible fuck. Okay, 660s now. They keep stacking sellers at 660s. I think they will get filled. SOXL about to do a high day break here. Failing that high day break so far. I think it will get it. Obviously, some front running in front of that 190 right now. Still not filling it in the 30s. We're about to break out here. Here it comes. They're going to try and push 55, 60, 65, 70, 75 in one quick go here, adding into this for the squeeze. Come on. Go and fill them all. Some passive selling up there. I'm surprised we haven't filled it. SOXL needs to break out. If they don't go soon, they're going to drop this down and scoop some more guys up. Surprised we haven't already gone. Come on, SOXL. Up you go. Let's just get one more leg for the squeeze, and then Alex can be done for the day. Here we go. Thank you. Okay, let's see if we get through Globex, through this gamma level, and then we're looking for 740s above. So paying myself into this, and then small size for the move above into 740s. SOXL breaking out. Come on. Come on. Don't hesitate at 65s. I want to shove up so I can get a bit more size off. There we go. Thank you. Okay, and now we'll hold on for 740s. Job done. Even when I'm sick, I can trade this because this is nice action. This is what we like for continuation. Beautiful. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. All right, we're trying to get up here. So you're paying yourself now, and we're trying to get up there, and we're watching SOXL up to the 190s. That's going to be a big call wall. Once we get up there, if we fail SOXL up there, I expect the Qs to fail with it. All right, so if we get through that, we're going to go 200s. Job done. Thanks, guys. Even when I'm sick, we are 7 minutes in the day. What are we up now off that dip? If you took that dip, you're up 150, 140 points. And if we get final target up here, I added late. I added in this into the flow zone dip. All right, so I'm long from here, and I started adding here because I could feel the squeeze coming and paying myself in this, and we'll see if we get up there now. And we just want to protect this shelf. So someone asked me yesterday about adding. Well, started here, added in here. I want to protect this shelf here now. Even if it comes down, the worst case scenario is I get a break even on the runner, right? What I didn't do is add up here and have it come down and run me out when I'm out of the money, right? So like we talk about, the ads are important in terms of position. Thanks, Alex. Made my day already. You're welcome. You're welcome. All right, so ideally we hold this shelf. All right, ideally we hold 50s. And if they hold 50s, you're looking for 740s. We are developing a little node up here that we've got to be a bit careful of. But if every low volume node like this keeps holding, sellers are going to keep trying to sell into it when we've got upward momentum, and they're going to get stuck, and then they're going to stop out, and we're going to swipe. So ideally, 660, 650 holds on dips now. Here we go, 700s. Send it. Let's go 740s. Send it, and then let's go all-time highs today. You never know. You might get your 30K before the weekend's done. Would be nice, wouldn't it? Okay. Nice. Do you know the really nice thing is I've looked over at the screen and all of the mag other than Google are green, which is really good because we're now seeing less than just being the chips names. All right, so yes, AMD's up 5%, obviously monster, but I'm looking at software's up. I'm looking at anyone who's long USAR. USAR is up 8% today, folks. All right, these names are up big for us. But if we look at Oracle, 2.76% up. You look at Hood is up today. Software's catching a bid. Then you look at the mag. Tesla 1.24% up. Nvidia 0.41% up. Microsoft 1.09% up. Meta 0.84% up. Amazon over 1/3% up. Apple 1.09% up. If we go down, I want to just check out some of these quantum names. IONQ, another 6% up. MVTS, 8% up. Rigetti, 13% up. Let's fucking go. We are absolutely printing on these swings. Oh my God. And our little small cap that we loaded the boat on is up another 5% today. But he's a scammer. Why should I join him? Get the fuck out. These fucking people that come in the stream and talk nonsense sometimes. Absolute woefulness. Killer moves on the swings, man. Like, absolutely, I tell you, I make most of my money in the swings. Those are killer moves. I'm very happy with that. Right, like we said, 50s and 60s has to hold. You have got a swipe out here. Some buyers caught those highs. So you want to be careful. If we start to lose 70s and we don't hold 50s, I'd be done with it and just wait for it to reset, because you've had a really good shove up. We hit all our targets other than this. Ideally, they hold this for you and do more. But if they need to trap more, they'll come back down here, build some liquidity, and come back up later in the day. But ideally, we hold this for our runners and we keep going. Well, I've just got to check my swing account here. Look at this. Apple up 45% for me. Amazon 26% for me. Oracle 45% for me. AMD 192% for me. Microsoft just under 10%. Meta 8%. iBit 21%. My Vanguard, I'm up 16.5%. IONQ, we're now up 28.5%. You guys actually got a better entry than me in Discord, so you're probably up 30% on that swing. US AR, we're up 6.5%. I did lock some in. I'll re-add on the dips. Hood, we're back up again. ARC for the move for SpaceX, we're up just under 10% on that. Netflix, we're up again. And that little small cap, we're up 22.5% on. Job done, my friends. Job done, right? Those are big swings. Remember, in our swing trading account, if it's an investment account, you're looking to make 11% a year. That's how you beat the market. All right, out the runner. Alex, you're truly a godsend to the trading community. I was really struggling with passing funded accounts, and you're seriously helping me. I really appreciate all you do. You're welcome, my friend. Thanks for joining each day. Kudos to you for joining and learning. Kudos to you for joining and learning. All right, back down to this grey box. You can see, like I said, if they be very careful, if they lose this node and they lose this, they might come down here and try and run it back up later in the day. We just drew that out, didn't we? So this is going to matter now. I'm not going to re-add on here. We've had that trade. I'm going to let... interesting. I'm going to let this make a decision for a moment. So we're watching over here because we've just held that bid. All right, so you can see we didn't quite make it to 190, which is the cool wall, but we are holding RBS. All right, that's where it's trying to get. It's been trying to get there for weeks, right? And it gets through that. I'd imagine there's someone up at 200. There you go. All right, so we're still holding RBS, so that might have been enough for a trap, but I will give it a little minute, especially given that I'm not feeling 100%. I'll let this base out for a moment. Show us what it wants to do. Remember, overall we are bullish. There's no sell in this market right now. If you look at the hourlies, we're not backside on anything. All right, we're over. Think about where we are now. We're moving value up, aren't we? Here's previous week's value. Here's current week's value. But we're over current week and over previous week now. We are every day starting to move back up now. This is clearly the target. All right, and then through there, I'll tell you what. Through there, we can think about extensions. Our next targets, obviously 30K, is basically 30,350 and 30,480. So we can just call it 30,350, 30,500, 30,900. If we think about that, what that's going to look like on a daily chart, do we have room now? We do. Look at that, 350s. All right, so we have room for this breakout in the next few weeks if they can hold the bid. All right, we've created room because this is now a fib and a Bollinger Band, which gives me a good indication of where they want to go. There you go. Look at that. All right. It's magic, isn't it? It's magic how they do that. They hold a pullback. take out this swing low, trap. This is the naked point of control we bought, 20-day. We basically completed the mean reversion now because this is caught up, and now we have room. Right, this is why we have to go into consolidation. We can't go straight up. We need this to allow this to happen. US Secretary of Iran, we're not there yet. I mean, yeah, you're going to get headlines like this non-stop. We've had it, like I said, folks, all we're doing is recycling at this point. That's all we're doing. Is it realistic it can hit 30K today? Well, if we get positive data, I mean, you got to break out the all-time highs first. If you break out the all-time highs, yeah. If you break out of all-time highs and hold above, at that point, you're only looking for a 200-point move. I mean, NQ can do that in minutes, as we know. They just say the same stuff every day until it doesn't work, and then a new narrative comes around the corner. Yeah, I mean, that's literally it. Honestly, it feels like a small cap trade right now in this market. I talked about it the other day. I saw Nate post about it yesterday. I reposted his post. I am in agreement with him. You know, if this market is gap and go, gap and go, gap and go, and gap down, flush, save it by saying, hey, we're close to a deal. Okay, you say you were close to a deal 30 times in 70 days or whatever it is. Okay, surely we've priced that in then at that point. So what happens when we go deals done? What headline do you regurgitate then? We're going to get back to where's inflation at? We're going to get back to real figures, you know, and that's going to be a problem. I think everyone thinks we're putting this new Fed chair member in. I saw the comments this morning. Oh, yeah, well, he's going to cut rates. He can't fucking cut rates if we are breaking out on the treasuries and if it's sticky. He can't do it. Do you have a video on drawing extensions? They are fibs, yeah. Just go from swing to swing. So, like, if you were bullish on this right now, right, you'd go from the high to the low, right? And these would be extensions. 1.5 is a measured move. 1.61 would be a fib, and 2 is a measured move, right? So that's what I'm always looking at, right? Measured moves, fibs. Same things we look at for initial balances or opening ranges. You're back inside the opening range now. You're at opening range mid right now. You're stacked above both view ups. You're holding this RBS zone. So far, everything's still bullish. What is the tool for your extensions? Fibonacci retracement tool, but you add extensions on. So how do can I double click this? Right, so you want to add on positive extensions. 161, 26, 1.5. All right, you need to add positive extensions on if you're going to look for extensions. I have it all set to 1, so I've got, you know, negative, positive, everything in one go, so I can see, you know, where we're at and what's happening. Oh. All right, coming back down inside, still in this opening range, still holding value area low for the session. There are some very aggressive sellers here. They're not really breaking down that well. They might want the 600s, but there is passive bids here down to 600s right now. Like I said, I don't think it's a short right now. It would have to like really start to break down and roll over, especially on the H1. Like you'd need to really see a lack of acceptance above previous week's value and previous day's value. All right, so at the moment, this and this are our bullish indication that we're moving value up. We have spiked. If you move under this, there's an argument for this rotation or gap fill. But otherwise, these are the easiest moves, right? Like we talked about this morning. And we've made the easy money. We stop out on the runner. Unfortunately, we couldn't hold that. And now we wait. Definitely see some passive participation here, trying to absorb the tape. SOXL held the bid at 185. It's now just building out some chop. it will want 190. It's just going to build up chop for a while, I think, before it has a go at getting there. News came out that Trump's been trading his own announcements. The corruption is so blatant, it's laughable. I mean, that wasn't the actual news. The news was the release. Let's make sure we phrase it right. The news was the release of the investments he made and the days at which he made the investments. The other side of that is what I agree with you in, that I think I think the JD Vance comment on it was a joke. Oh, he doesn't trade his account. He's so rich that someone else does. That's fine. I would agree with that. He probably has someone else do it. But if you know you are millions of dollars long in Dell, what you can't do is go on X or your social media platform and say, Dell's a great company with the tag sign, really like what they're doing. No, that's influencing the market. That's absolutely influencing the market. And if he was not the president and was a small time, if you look at what the fucking court cases were on the likes of PJ Matlock and that lot, who had to go to court for it, and then why isn't he? So, you know, you can't be doing that. You cannot be doing that as a person of influence. You know, at least they're not a small cap company, because I tell you what, if they're a small cap company, I think he'd be in big trouble. He can argue, look, I'm not big enough to move a large cap. All right, SPY coming back in, still holding RBS. QQQ the same, coming back down to its RBS zone, 618s. SOXL still holding up, still just chopping around. We're still holding that New York Open and VWAP so far. So they're starting to rotate value now. We'll see how we act down here, if we see weakness under that or not. I still think there's a bid in this market. I don't think they're done. We did hit, well, we didn't hit it actually. We came up to the call wall, 520 on the ES, and got stuck in front of it. So we might come down and test New York Open 24-hour VWAP, which is what we're doing on the Qs right now. Let's see if we do it on the ES. The chip's holding up really well. Starting to see a bid form down here. Where are they? Down to 75, is that right? 75 and 60s, we'll see. Just waiting to see if sellers get trapped. If they come down to the low side of value and get trapped down here. Or if we're actually going to get underneath the previous week's value and say, hey, there's no acceptance above it, we need to rotate and fill the gap. So I'm waiting to see, either we're going to see sellers get trapped in and around here, and we can trade it back upside, which is what I talked about up here, didn't I? I said, you know, if they need to, they're going to come down here and come back up later. What we're starting to see, there is a passive bid down here. Or we're going to see it move underneath previous week's value, which is basically saying, hey, we have no acceptance above previous week's value right now if we do that. Certainly a bid down here starting to form. Under 600, here you go. So this is like the curl. And we'll see now. There's a little imbalance here at 30s that they're going to come and test. So I just want to see if we can base out here. And if we can, I'm going to start getting long. ES holding Globex as well. So this is kind of what we wanted to see. Sellers are definitely caught at 600 and under. Please don't just rocket shit without me. I want to see you base and curl, not just squeeze. Let's see if we can hold these dips down here. Yep, there's a passive buyer starting to sharp at 620. I want it to come deeper than him. These buyers are on the tape again. Please come under 620s. I want to see you flush and see what you do if you can trap. I don't want to play VWAP to VWAP. Here's sub 620. Here come the sellers. Can they get absorbed here? Yep, there's the buyer again under 620. And again. It's getting tight here. And again. It's getting very tight here. Here comes the lift. I'm looking to enter this long if they can hold the next dip. What I don't like is the guys at 600. I want them to move up. We've got an imbalance above, and then I think we send it 650. All right, starting to try and feather in here. because I've missed my dip that I wanted. We've got to get through this imbalance at 35s. All right, maybe you'll give me this dip now. I'm small size, like micro small size, so you know. Yeah, these buy. I don't like what these buyers are doing. They're stacking 610, 600, 595, 595, 85. That's what I don't want to see. I'm taking that off. I'll get back in. I don't like what they're doing here. This is advertising price to come and fill them. They're looking for a sweep. This is just like yesterday. Silly buyers, what are you doing? You had them caught there. You didn't need to do that. You did not need to do that. And they're still adding down now at 570s. I don't like this now for a buy. I liked it, and now they've changed. They've started adding a lot of liquidity down to 570. So for me, this is a leave alone now. They're advertising for price to come and clean out. I don't know why they've decided to do that, but they have. Silly rabbit. What are you doing? What are you doing down there flashing? Stop it. That's so stupid. They had all the sellers caught at 6:15 to 6:30. And then they said, oh, we can't be bothered. Bizarre. There's 590. They're still flashing 570, 575, 580. They're still flashing so much down there. It's really weird. They want to get filled lower. But why? Why do it? Value area low down there, holding. They're still flashing underneath. They are still, basically they're flashing, if you're watching the tape, they're flashing limit buys down here right now. They keep just flashing them. They're trying to get price to come down here for whatever reason. It's what they're trying to do. And it's going to come for them. Here it comes. SOXL looks pretty good for a breakout here soon. Using 3 minutes. Oh, Nvidia's. Oh, don't like that. Nvidia's crossing that level we just talked about. Pre-market. Okay, we've got to be careful here. Nvidia's losing the bid at a key level. Remember we marked this out pre-market? This is a big level and it's starting to lose it. This will drag the market down. If Nvidia cannot find a bid in here, we're going to drag the market down. That's why we set price alerts, 1750s, remember. Big level for Nvidia right now. It has to find a bid here. If it can't find a bid here, this thing might be in big trouble. There we go, good. Finding a bid, that's encouraging. And we're holding value area low. That is encouraging. Much better. All right, I'm still looking for the long if they trap enough sellers. How long we got till news? 2 minutes, 90 seconds. Probably got to wait for that news to come. They're probably just going to shove it up on news, aren't they? Nvidia beats and we still go down. Yeah, I mean, it's the same time. The same thing every season, right? Because they price everything in and then you get the flush, wash out the weak hands, and then it goes again. Waiting for this Michigan print and leading indicators print to come out. Top of the hour. 30 seconds, folks, for that. Am I going to enter long? I like the longs down here. I just don't like that they've done it into news. But yes, we were looking for longs down here with the sellers caught. We can still look for longs. They've just made it really tricky that they've moved it on news. Book's starting to thin out now. News coming here. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. What's the bet? They just pump it straight to highs. Oh, or not. Oh, they caught the bid. Book's thin. There's still those guys at 75s from earlier. Still buyers down to 75s at the moment. Look at this thin book. No one's on the tape yet other than that. Starting to see some size come back on. I just feel like they don't care about news anymore. Oh, look at that. Semi's got very close to 190 break there. So it came right up to the 190s. They're very, very close. High of day now, 18962. So very close to that 190 wall. Remember we said if we fail up there, Qs will get weak. Right, look at all these buyers on the tape above. That 590 down to 570 like we talked about. They keep advertising for price to come down there. There, it's got it, finally. They've done that for like, what, the last 10 minutes? ES into New York Open and VWAP. And if we start to lose the bid down here, market will start to rotate value, which is where we'll think about shorts if we start to confirm that all of these buyers will be stuck. There is a rotational play from here to here and here. Otherwise, I really want to be long bias above it. But we need to see structure start to shift, which we're not seeing. They had the chance to do it here and here. They had them pinned in here. I don't know why they let it go, but they did. So just hands off, waiting now. Seller's really pushing. That's a big 190 rejection, SOXL. Nvidia broke, yeah, it's breaking down. Like we said, that's the level on Nvidia, and it's breaking down under it. And that's a big 190 rejection on the SOXL that we've talked about all morning. That's the level. That is the level. They're trying to find a bid under here. They are stacking bids, but I don't think this is done selling yet. That previous week value area high is going to become key. If they lose that, it's going to be a problem. All right, ES into VWAP into New York Open. It's a heavy tape right now. It's a very heavy tape right now. Right, there's your previous week value area high test. Now the question is, do they bid off this back up, or do we lose previous week's value area high and do we trade back inside of value? This, you can see this grey box is the level. So we're either under and we're fading, or we're holding and looking for the move back up, which at the moment it looks like they're doing. So that's a cheap buy down there, but you don't have a structural shift yet. You definitely have sellers caught, well not caught, but you got them being very aggressive into it. If you start to see higher lows made like this, it could be a sign that we're ready to go back upside. Here come the buyers. All right, let's see. See if we can get long here, especially if we get through the VWAP and back through value. So long trigger really will be, if we start holding prints over 85, certainly if we go back over 600. I don't want to fish below. I want to see strength come in. And the shorts will be failures under 530s. So staying heavy under 530s will be failures. Right now we're at lower time frame algo, previous day high, previous week value area high. It's a big level. And I'm going to get out of here soon. I'll give myself another 30 minutes and go back to bed. You can see they're holding this for now. So really the plays are rotation here or rotation of weekly value. That's probably been a very good cheap long so far, but that's just not how I play. I want to see strength come in. Buyers showing up. ES holding VWAP. There was good excess under 50s. I'm just not convinced they're done yet. I just want to see these buyers move up. They're still not moving up. It's a bit like earlier. Now they're flashing 20s. Yeah, Nvidia's breaking. The rest of the names are holding up. Remember, a print back through 80s and a hold will be pretty strong for the market, I would say. And a print back through 600 would be very strong for the market. A print under 530 that stays heavy will be a problem for the market. So we're in that kind of rotation while they build up liquidity, and they will use it one way or another. SOXL cannot get through the 190s. That call wall is holding up very strong right now. Very, very strong right now. We are ping-ponging around here. And they are still adding liquidity down to 520 right now. I'd be very careful getting long. We haven't had a trigger long yet. This guy here, 1670. Where's that liquidity? 75, 80. There are buyers here. These guys underneath are not moving up, though. We've talked about this all the time. They are just sat down there. This is the opposite of what you want to see of bullish control, of them just, oh, buy lower and lower and lower. That sounds to me like people covering like this. This is exactly what I'm saying. You do not want to see guys advertising price lower if we're looking for a rotation up. It's the last thing you want to see. It is the absolute last thing you want to see is what we've seen today. That's why I say we have to wait for strength back above 80s. You don't want to be fishing down here. Not when they keep adding liquidity lower. Again, now they've added 505 and 500s. It's not a buy right now. It is certainly not a buy right now. It's not necessarily a sell either, but we're not seeing strength and basing out. We're seeing the opposite. We're seeing them advertise price lower and no higher low and higher high set in. No reclaim of a level. Nothing. We're not seeing nada. Moving value low. That previous week value area low, important now. If we start rejecting that, they may very well want to rotate and clean up PDC. So it's a big, this level here, this grey box becomes key like we talked about. If they get stuck here, this rotation becomes available to clean this up. That's Globex, that's PDC. Strength will come on a reclaim of this. Get back above this, hold this. That will be your strength for the day. We're not seeing that right now. We're seeing weakness in the tape. And I would say buyers right now, you can see them, if I bring this over, are caught up here at 600s. So I was saying 85 to 600s will be key, or 80 to 600s will be key. Here come the buyers trying. They're still not walking up though. They are not walking up. There they come, starting to move up a little bit to 35s now. Right, let's see if we reclaim 80s. And we can think about what next if we do. Here's 60s. I need to see this get through. What's value area low? 68s. This is better. This is the first time they've started walking up. There are lots of sellers at 600 though, which is what we talked about. So rejection of 68s there. Value area low still holding up this node here. I want to see this push and hold. If I'm going to get long, I need to see a reclaim of value, ideally a reclaim of New York Open. Let me draw it. I need to see a push and a hold of value if I'm going to play the rotation back up. If this is failing into previous week's value area high, so we're saying, no, we're not going back into previous week, then I need to see this move here. Still rejecting value on the day. This right here, this node's important. So it's good absorption on that last flush. All right, they might be ready soon. SOXL's gearing up for another 190 shove. So eyes on this to see if we start reclaiming and basing. I've lost you guys on chat. It's looking better. It's looking better. That last pullback held. It's looking a little bit better now. Right, buyers starting to step in at 550, 555. So let's see if they hold it on a flush down to that. It's looking better though. Can you give a little micro flush and make sure these guys are going to support the bid here? They're not even going to come down to it. Come on. I want to see these guys 55 and 50 hold. That'd be a good indication. Not even going to do it. All right, here's the 80s that we talked about. I'm not long. I wish I was. So that's the 80s rejection. Once you get through 80s, through VWAP, through New York Open, they will look for the 600s for this node, and through that they will start squeezing. It's sensitive here. ES cannot get through its New York Open yet, but it is above its 24-hour VWAP. SOXL is looking for the 190 break here. I'm telling you, if it breaks 190, we probably get a shove up here. If it rejects 190 for the third time today, it will be a problem. Looking for a way of getting long if we can break out and hold. Not beforehand. So 180, sorry, 580 failed again. Dips are starting to hold versus value now. You can see value buyers are starting to protect value area low. So I'm looking to get long now. Here we go. Can you push and hold? Can you push and hold? Need to see a hold above 80s. No hold above 80s yet. SOXL's about to come and tap 190. This is a massive moment for the market. If we break 190 and squeeze, NQ's going to rip. If they push and fail 190 cool wall, then we're going to dump back down to lows here. It's a big, big moment for this market to make a decision. Are chips going to go leg up or not? Are they going to fail? A bit of front running. Can they get up there? Just want to see this move away, and then I'm going to be confident that we're going leg up. Got to move away and above 80s. Here's 80s. You've got to get back above this New York Open NQ. You've got to get back above it and start squeezing. And we need a 190 break. If we can't get the 190 break, this will fail. I'm just telling you now. We're coming right into 190, front running it again. I'm still not long. I need to see a break above and a hold, remember. They are adding liquidity to 600 right now. Right, testing 190. It's almost there. It's right at the door. And if they squeeze this, this thing's going to go. Right, here's the push away from it. Can they hold price now? It was 2 cents short of a 190 break there. Can we hold price now? Big, big question for the market. This is the question. This is the moment. This will probably dictate what happens the rest of the day. Literally 189.99 we're printing right now. That cool wall's holding up. 190s, right? Do they squeeze through this in base, or are they going to pull back? Pulling back off 190 for now. So if buyers now can't hold 67, they're toast. This is why we wait for a break and a hold. We don't see a break and a hold. We're just seeing a 190 push and a fail. And here's the move back down. So buyers now, anyone who jumped in early and didn't wait for the hold above are now caught. And we're coming back down to value. And if that is it on SOXL, that will be a problem. This is the level. Look, that is the level. This is what matters right now. Can they shove above or not? At the moment, the answer is no. All right, they've had one attempt failed, second attempt failed, third attempt failed. Can they print an outside bar, or are they about to come right back down to 188? It's why we have to wait right now. It's a patient game. It is a patient game. Not buying it cool. Yeah, you need to see it break above the cool wall. That's what I'm saying. You need to see it break above the cool wall and then hold it. Flip it, basically. And after that, I think you go 200s, honestly. It's having another attempt here. It's a massive level. Nvidia's fading off, though. So it's not getting strength from the market leader right now. And the mag's starting to rotate. Nvidia's gone red, Microsoft's gone red, Meta's gone red. Google's gone red, Amazon's gone red. Do they find a bid again? Here's your 190 test again here. Another 190 test. Here's the breakthrough 190. Now, does it hold the print through? If it does, we're going to squeeze. So we're watching this now to join long because we're squeezing. All right, long in this. Let's see if we can get above 600 for a mega squeeze. 600 break will give us a really big squeeze. There's sellers up here. If we get through this, we can really start going. Here's 600. I'm paying myself a bit into this just in case they protect it because it's the VPOC for the day. If we get through that, I think we've got a rotation another 50 points higher because there's buyers stuck at 50. So paid myself a bit into this. If they can't hold this print, I'll cut it out on the New York Open here, which we're about to take me out if we come under New York Open. It's dangling on me. She's dangling on me. We're back under 190s. If they can't hold this print at 190s, it would be a problem. I'm about to get taken out under the New York Open at VWAP. Right, out. Unfortunate. Couldn't get the runner to go. Tried to play for the big old squeeze through. It might still set up. It's got 20 points out of that, and that was it. And SOXL fading back inside now. So printed above, failed, come back down. And that might be it for the day. If that's its high of day and it starts to rotate, you might see Qs sell off now. And I'll think about short under here if we start to stay heavy. And it all depends on that. That's just how it is. It all depends on what they're going to do with those names because those are what's running the market right now. Surprised we didn't break the 600 there, if I'm honest. Measly 20 points. Sucks. That sucks. I thought I'd get like a 70-point banger there through the 600 all the way up to 650. They're having another go. I don't think I'm going to have another go. I had a go at it already. I don't think I'm going to have another go at it because we're not seeing it base above 190 now. ES is also getting stuck under its VWAPs and stuck under the New York Open, but it is holding previous day high. It's starting to look a little bit ugly out here, and they might start rotating if they can't start holding these. And the rotation, like we said, we can play short if we start to lose value and look for the rotation down to here. If, it's only if, right? So we're looking for long and base above here, short for failures and holds below here. Nothing's changed. That's the same as before. Long is the base above this, short is the failure here. This is kind of an avoidance at the moment. You can see they're building a node here while they make a decision. Yeah, big flush SOXL. All right, so I'll join short if we start to lose the bid down here. If we start to say that we can't hold above that previous week value, I'll join short, not beforehand, because they can still trap down here. But I will join short if we lose the bid down there. A lot of games taking place down here. There's definitely a buyer under 60s right now because we're not seeing follow through under 60s. So they're protecting previous week value area high for now. ES looks weak. Chips look weak now. They might be backside here. Qs look weak. Everything looks weak now. I just don't want to get caught. I have to wait for it to move away from a key level. Chop, chop, chop. They're adding liquidity lower again. Buyers adding lower again like they did earlier. 40, 35, 30, 25, 20s, 15s, all stacked up. All the way down to here. Passive buyers just sat. Advertising for price to come down. I'm going to wait for us to either move underneath value or move back above New York Open. And I'm going to get out of here in 10 minutes. I'm sweating like a pig. Sorry, folks. They're going to fill these buyers lower. This is a weak tape today. Since that morning shove, it's been a weak tape. Sellers will need a breakdown here underneath all this. And we said we'd join short if we start to move underneath all of this now. Value again. They've still got buyers to fill. I think this thing is not looking very good right now. They're dangling down here. I need to see it move aggressively under and then retest to stay heavy. Alex, I'm too sick too often. Well, me and my wife were talking about it. It's actually only about twice a year. So the last time I was sick was November, and the time before that was June. So it seems to be twice a year I get this same kind of virus. There you go. They're trying to spill these buyers lower like we talked about. If we pop and fail now, I'm interested. Where's this node? 60s. Where did sellers come in? 50s. Man, it's so risky to take a sell here for the flush. It feels like it's going to do it, but it just feels very risky. Hasn't popped enough for me. Oh, probably should have taken that. That was probably it. That was probably it. A fit Alex might well have taken that versus value. This is the move we just talked about. If we fail value, you clean these stops, you're going to come down here now. So this is the short we've talked about all morning. Once we get outside of value. Trading view, why today? I'm not in the mood for it. All right, this to here and then here is possible. This leg here is possible now. And it looks like it wants it. Yeah, you're going to get it, folks. That was the entry. I missed the entry point. That was it. That was it. All right, so there's some bids here at 500 even. You're going to flush underneath it. You can watch for gap fill. I think you get 445. So anyone that took that we were talking about, once you fail value, you should get this, TP1, TP2, TP3. That's the play right now. That is the play right now. Damn, man. Oh, I could feel it coming and didn't like it and hesitated and then didn't take it. That's what happens. Scalp the short, nice. All right, they need to stay heavy here for you to get a continuation lower now. You must stay heavy on that for any continuation. I don't think low of day looks great, so I think you will come back for it. Comes the retest. This here matters now for this. I'll see if they can pop a bit more. I will start looking for a short. I want to see buyers get caught. I want to be very careful around this area. I don't want to get caught. Really, that shelf at 60s looks inviting. Here's value. Buyers are starting to walk up now for the first time. They don't do it the whole time, and then they walk up after not leaving great excess at the lows. But all right, we'll see. I'll think about a short here, and I'll think about a long above if we start to reclaim, and I won't think about anything else. Avoid the chop area. Buyers starting to support the bid now. Right, there's a 50 test. So 50 to 35 is this rotation. I'm waiting to see if we come and test 60s here. And if we reject 60s, I'll think about the short back down towards low of day. And if we reclaim that and reclaim 80s, I'll think about the long. Here we go. Right, can we get back under? Right, and piece in short here. Don't want to see this bid support 30s. I want it to just let go. And then trying to support 30s. Here we go. Let's see. Mate, you've been nowhere all day and suddenly you want to buy. Go away. The moment I'm thinking about looking for a rotation down, you want to be a bid on the second go. Don't like this guy at 30 bidding. He's refresh bidding. We've got a buyer on the tape again. Get out my way. We need to break under 30s now. We've got a buyer on the tape refreshing non-stop. Fuck me. He hasn't been there all day and suddenly he's turned up the moment I put some risk on. Right, so we're going to come 60s. Where the fuck have you been all day, bud? I'm small size at the moment. If we reject 60s, I'll add. If we reclaim it, I'll take it off. My entry is 42 right now. If we start reclaiming value here, I've got to be very, very, very careful. Because then thesis of previous week value rotation goes out the window. All right. Can we get back under your 30, Mr. 30? Can you go away? And can we come and fill these guys at 10s and 5s? No, you're still there, eh? You're not going to leave, are you? Bid, 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 bid. Oh, he's not leaving. I'm out. I'm out and I'll rewatch it at 60s. I'm not fighting a guy who's going to be an asshole all of a sudden. He didn't want to buy it. He didn't buy anything here or anything here. And suddenly he's like, right, I'll have everything you give. Suddenly in here, he's like, I'll bid everything. Maybe because we tag Globex, I don't know. But we have a buyer on the tape for the first time and he's walking up. So I watched 60s. I'm flat. Took a loss on that. I don't know, 10, 20 point loss. But I was in at 42s. I'm not going to fight him. I'll watch 60s here. If they reclaim everything and they reclaim New York Open, then I'll look long again. Here they go. So Mr. Bid has shown up and he's walking and walking and walking and walking now. Walking price up. Sod's law. It would have been nice if he showed up here when we were looking for that reversion, wouldn't it? For that trade back inside. But no, he had to wait. All right, here's the 60s test. They need to hold this. This guy needs to hold this now, really. Sellers are coming in here. He is defending 60s. I need to wait for a break of 80s. Thanks, John. Very kind of you, as always, on a Friday. So we just rejected VWAP across the indexes. SOXL's caught a bid and is coming back towards 190, pulling back off it. Maybe that's why. I missed that. They're still holding these 60s. And they're adding liquidity higher. This is going to go 600s now. And I'm not going to be able to get involved. He has made it impossible. This buyer. You're long from 528? Yeah, from the reclaim. Oh, where's your reclaim? From this. That's pretty good. Well, that's where he was buying. 30s was his buy. So that's good. That's very, very good. Very, very good. Mate, why show up now? Why couldn't you show up here when we were ready to go? 190 coming up, SOXL. This guy's like, all right, I'm ready. Let's fucking send it. God damn it, man. Right, same play as earlier then if they break and hold above. Otherwise, can't trade it. Into this low volume node. Into 190 cool wall. Decision time for market again. Again, guess what's running the market? It's the chip names. It's too bad, it's too bad. I think they want more. Just depends whether he's got a trap again now. But you got 190 cool wall again coming in. I don't think he's done buying. Nope, he's definitely not. All right, can we find a way of joining? That cool wall is massive. That's the game right now. Can we get through the cool wall? Can we get back through the New York Open? Can we trade through this low volume node and rotate right the way up here again? Which is where I thought we'd go first time round. 649 is the target, if they can actually lift it. Cool wall attempt here, 190 attempt here again. SOXL, if they squeeze this, be a second attempt, then they've got a chance to move to 195 and this thing can move. If they fail it, well, then we rotate right back down to here again. Lots of liquidity up here to 600 to come and fill. Here they come. 190 here. We're right at 190 cool wall. It's very hard to get long here knowing that we're at that cool wall for the second time, isn't it? And there's no structural change. We've not really seen a pullback hold yet, but I think they're just going to go for the squeeze. Here they go. 190 break. This is what I looked for first time round when the buyer didn't want to show up. Now he wants to show up. So is there a way of getting long now? 600, remember, is TP1, and then you're looking at 649s. 649s? Yeah, 650s. That's where the buyer got caught. So we'll see if pullbacks start to hold now. It's the same thing I was looking for earlier. They just had to wait for the buyer to show up on the bid today. All right, QQQ VWAP here. 600 is a big level. Over 600, I think you squeeze out. You're going to get 640, 650. Waiting to get long. Can we find a way of adding long here? Can SOXL hold above the 190? So I will get long if we hold dips into 80, maybe even 65s. Yeah. See if we can add down there. Please don't rip the whole thing without me, because I had a go at this here and you made me stop out after 20 points, and then you've left a horrible low in there and you've done a straight squeeze up of 100 points here. Mr. Bid. Mr. Bid. It's probably Donald. Mr. Bid. The gap fill's powerful. We didn't do the gap fill though. We didn't quite get it. We just did Globex rotation. All right, seller got caught up here at 600. Let's see if we hold this bid. This is the 190. We need to hold 190 on the bid back in on SOXL. So I'm watching here 80s and 65s for my first entries here. So I'm not long yet. This 190 matters. Can we come a bit lower? I want to buy this. Can we come a bit lower though? I'm going to have to buy it with micros because you're not going to give me what I want. Are you? No, you're not. 190 hold there, SOXL, RBS now. If they hold this and accelerate up, we can start squeezing. We've got to get through 600. I'm starting to feather in long here because it's not giving me what I want. 600 is big level. Through 600 we go. It's a big level here. Good hold of 190. Come on. I just want 650s now. Just send it up to the trap bar at the highs. Go, 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 go. I've had to buy this late. You won't give me what I want. There we go. There we go. All right, good. Right, let's see if we get 640s, 650s. Sorry, folks, this trade second time round. We lost this. Well, we made 20 points first time. Then we stopped out. Now we're long again. And we'll see if we can get 636s. 650s is the level I'm looking for. It's where the buyer's stuck. And then above that, we hold runners again. So second winner here. The difference now is when we tried this first time round here, there was no buyer. Suddenly here at 30s, a buyer showed up and he started being like, yeah, I'll have everything. I'm ready. It's a shame he wasn't ready here because it's the same fucking level. It's my grey box that he showed up in. He just had to wait. For some reason, he wanted this. Okay, fine. So we're looking for here. And then 650s, we have a buyer stuck in this node here. There's a big buyer delta stuck up there at 650. So we want to get some off into him if we can keep printing higher. Let's have a look. How much size is up there? I think it's quite a lot. It's a 200 lot buyer stuck up there. And then over 650s, well, then we're going to look for up here again. The grey box indicator, yeah. I mean, box to box, right? I'm just trying to hold this now to see if we can go 650s. I don't really want it back below 600 because they've done a lot of work to lift above 600. So I don't really want it. We have imbalances now down to 580. When I started to watch you, Alex, I didn't know what RS is. I bought your course 2 years later. I'm going to get payouts. Thanks for everything, Alex. Hey, Marek, congratulations, man. That's awesome news. All right, here's the 600s. We need 190s to hold on the SOXL. I really don't want this back under 80s. I will cut under 80s because we've got a shelf. So I don't mind this low volume node above 80s, but I don't want it under 80s. That's a good hold there. We should print higher now. Come on, extend it. You've just trapped them again. We should now print higher. We should be going for 640, 650 now. It's really good. There's a low volume node hold there again. This is the kind of trap we like to see. Flush into low volume node or the edge. Now print higher. We should accelerate. We don't really want to fuck around too much more here. We don't need to build liquidity. We need to just abuse everyone who got caught. Come on. So many guys higher. Just go and fill them all. 650 is what you want. Can you please just go and do 650? Thank you. Go, 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 go. 650, please. Stop fucking about. Stop fucking about. 650, please. 650 so Alex can get paid. Go, 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 go. Come on. Thank you. You are exhausting. You are exhausting. You don't need to come down here again. You just need to go up. You've already trapped them all down here. You just need to go up. You don't need any more liquidity. Where's the buyer gone? Can you come back in, please, mate? Wherever you are. Oh, if they don't hold 600, we're going to flush 80s. I don't really want to sit through that much pain, which is what I want them to squeeze. Here we go. Thank you. Fuck me. The faff. All right, 50s, please. 50s and then higher day. 50s, then higher day. Some liquidity here, 25. So I think we're going to go 50s and then through that higher day. Oh, thank you. Come on. Stop slowing down. Come on. Oh my God. Come on. You can tell I'm ill. I lack patience. Come on. Go up to 50s. Stop buggering about. ES at New York Open. If ES holds a bid over New York Open, that will help us as well. Please hurry up. I'm trying to get them to do it in one move. I want them to do this whole thing in one aggressive move. Because if we get stuck here, what we're going to do is this and back for it. And I don't really want to sit through this again. So I'd like them to just squeeze everyone out in one go. And they've got, I promise you, they've got enough trap to do it. I can see it on the tape. So they just need to go, 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 go. Here we go. 330s. We're almost there. 20 points. Just do 20 points. 20-point shove. That's all we need. And after this, I'm going to get off. All right, ES through the New York Open. So next attempt would be New York VWAP. Same for the SPY VWAP. Some passive sellers here at 30s. We should just squeeze through them all. They're only like 10 lots and 20 lots. We should come up to 50 where that buyer is stuck. We've got 200 lots stuck at 50, remember. There's a buyer, 200 lot buyer stuck at 50. Back above him, he's in the money and we can think about high of day. I don't want this to collapse back down to 80 though. So I really need this to continue just this slow grind bid up now. Yeah, I mean, the chips are ripping. Look, the reason this is working, this guy had to play games again today. But we're now basing above 190, aren't we? We broke 190. We're now basing above 190, which means we're going where? 195, 200. Right, 200 is the level. We get up there, this market hits all-time highs. It's why we have to watch the chips at the moment. It's just annoying that we have to watch one more thing, but that's how we are. Are we good to hold to Monday? I mean, your swing trading, I don't know. Like, I don't know what's going to happen over the weekend, mate. I have no idea. What happens if they come out and say we can't do a deal and someone bombs someone? I mean, you have to manage your risk. I can't tell the answer to that, mate. The market's not open Saturday, Sunday, Monday, so you're holding to Tuesday, aren't you? Is the course suitable when you don't use Bookmap? Yeah, absolutely. We don't even, the beginner to advanced course, we don't even go over Bookmap. We don't do any of it in that course. It's just in the order flow course. Alex, one of the swings you gave us on April 30th is now up 80% since we bought it. Let's go. Let's go. Yeah, the swings are absolutely cooking right now, man. They are cooking. Here we go, almost at 50s. So if you want to lock some in early, you can. I'm looking to get up to 50 for my partial. That is where we have a buyer stuck. If we get above 50, that buyer's no longer stuck. There is a chance we go up for high of day, and then we can look at the call wall 1, which we didn't hit yet, all right, which was our final target on our first attempt long, which is up here. It's where we're trying to get. So partial here into this node. If you want to take it early in this low volume node, it also makes sense. If you don't want to sit through the pullback, I get it. I totally get it. Because if we don't, the options now really are we do this, 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 and this, or we flush back down, trap more sellers, and then come up and do it again. Depends how you want to sit through it. How do you join the Discord? You need to do the beginner to advanced course, the 20-hour course, and it comes free as part of that. Oh God, please don't do this. I've got a partial dangling at 47.50 right now, and it ain't coming to fill me. This might come back down to the 600s before it fills me here. I'll be very upset. And we did trap buys at that last 1 minute candle high. I tell you what, if we can't reclaim 37s here, I'm going to take a partial early. Get back to 35s and 37s, please. Oh, come on, mate. I don't like that you caught buys up there. Come on. Come on. Get through the 30. There's a seller here at 30. A little shelf here. I'm taking a piece off there. I don't like that reaction at 30. I have to pay myself. I know I've missed 10 points on the partial, but it's fine. There's a refresh seller at 30, so I just wanted to lock something in, given that we trap buyers at the high on that 1046 candle. So we might come back down to 600 first now. Here we come. Glad I paid myself something. Okay, back down towards 600. 580 is what they have to hold. 600 hold would be great. 580 they have to hold. And imagine we do what I just talked about now. That's a good hold in front of 600. All right, so what they do now is build out some liquidity here and try and do one of these. Good, good hold. All right, get back through 630 because that's where that refresh seller is. Got to get through the 30s here. He's still there. So he's stacked 30, 35, 40, 45, 50. First time round, he refreshed 1, 2, 3, 4 times. Here we go. Let's just get him out of the way and go 50s now. Get out of the way, bud. You only got to fill him. Just run him out. Run him out. 20-point squeeze. 3, 2, 1. Go. You're on him now. Go. 20-point squeeze now. Go, 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 go. You're through him. Okay, go. Thank you. Thank you. Get out of the way, mate. All right, we need to get through and base above 35 to 37. Remember, that's where I said the buyers got caught at the 1046 candle up there. Once we get back above that, we can retest 50, and then we're runners to see if we can go high of day. Here we go. Is the 34, 35 guy. We get through this because he got trapped at 1046. Then we should test the guy at 650, and then we should be able to get up towards high of day. It's looking much better now. They needed that little refresh, that little pullback refresh. Here we go. It's on deck. So close. Go. Go. Buyers coming in here. Walk up. Walk up. Walk up, Mr. Guy at 25. Stop being a dickhead. Fuck me. Why do they keep doing this today? They're really aggressive and then they stop and then they stack lower. I don't like it. There's a guy at 30 now, and then underneath that, there's a few lots at 25 and 20s, and then there's guys come on the tape at 605 and 600 again. I want them to walk up. Start walking up. Walk, 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 walk. Here you come. Start walking up to support this bid, guys. Stop letting this 630 guy be alone. Fucking idiots, man. They are idiots. Right, they're now bidding 20s and the teens and then 600 again. God damn it. We might churn this grey box for a minute. Here it comes. Here come the buyers. Please walk up from 600. I really don't want to take all my size off here. I don't want to sit on an 80 rotation. I really don't want to sit on an 80 rotation here. ES rejected New York VWAP. Oh, God. Are you going to miss it by a matter of points here? If they can't hold 600s, I'm out. It's where the big buyer came in. So hopefully they hold 600s. I'm going to move my stop up. I will give it a wiggle on that shelf. 98 is my stop. Good short entry. I don't think this is a good short entry, mate. What's a good short entry about this right now? I don't see what's a good short entry here. You tell me why this is a good short entry. Maybe you see something I don't. A god short entry. Okay, what have we done on the H1? This looks pretty bullish to me. This morning we were long. We came back in. Looked below and fell. Reclaimed previous week value area high. We're moving value higher. We've got calls and things to attack above. We're starting to hold prints. We go down to a 15-minute. There's absolutely nothing bearish about this at all. We go down to a 5-minute. There's nothing bearish about this. Yes, we're at value area high. I mean, I guess if that's your idea, if you're trying to play a rotation, I guess you could argue that. My argument would be we're not in a rotational market right now because we're above value. We're above previous day value area high. We're above previous week value area high. We are in expansion mode right now. We should be trying to come up here. We should be trying to test these. So for me, it's not a good short, but maybe for you, you see something I don't. Oh, God, not good. Anyway, churning this grey box. Hopefully we get the 650 tag. Again, these buyers are still flashing lower, which is starting to piss me off. Starting to piss me off, man. And the problem, ES is getting stuck. It's stuck between 24 and New York VWAP and New York Open. That's not a great sign. SOXL coming back down to 190. We need it to hold a 190 bid. If it can't hold a 190 bid, I will cut this whole fucking thing. That means I missed my TP by 10 points. At least I took a partial. Here's 190 test. I really just want to get out of this trade and go back to bed. Oh my God. Failing here. Don't like this. Don't like this. This buyer needs to hold this level. Otherwise, you're going to get swiped to 600. 190 test here. SOXL, if it can't hold this, it's a problem. It is a problem if it can't hold it. We're green no matter what on this. We would just like to finish the rotation to 50. Come on, come on, come on. They're selling 25s, 30s, 35s, 45s, and 50s now. There's a 65 lot 35. We'll get through him, we get 50s. Trying to be patient, trying to let this build out the liquidity for the next leg higher. We're churning this grey box as expected. My trading funded account, my own money, both, mate. Both. But I mainly, when I'm trading my own money, I mainly trade a big account that I take swing trades in. Here we go, 35. Let's get through 35 and go 50. Please get through this 60 lot, for fuck's sake, guys. And can you lot stop being dicks buying at 610 and 605 and walk up? Oh my God, you're going to make this impossible. I don't want them to build out a range here and fail. 190 is getting very, very close here on SOXL. Starting to find a little bid there. I'm getting antsy about my stop here and moving it up. Because we are not breaking out, and I need to see us break out. We've got to get through 37s and 38s. It's where a buyer is currently caught. Then we get 50s, then we get high of day. Here we go, here we go, here we go. 35s is gone. You got to continue this now. Come on. Come on. Come on. Here we come. Here we come. Here we come. Breaking out now. Nice. Thank you. Thank fuck for that. Okay. 50s here. And through this we go high of day. God, I thought I was going insane there for a minute. All right, let's see if we can get high of day now on the runners. So we've just hit 50s. Once we print above 50s, basically all the buyers are comfortable because we had a big guy at 50s, a 200 lot who was stuck. So if we can hold above 50s and certainly above 60s, then I think there's a good chance of printing all the way up here now. But we've locked some money in there. That made me work for it the last hour. I've not really been in the mood to work for it today. But this is the same trade, so that you understand. Maybe I lacked patience here, but I know we had flow zones trading down, but we were looking for this same trade here. We were looking for this, weren't we? Do you remember here? We were talking about this move. This is what I was looking for. This move into 50s and then high of day. What we had to wait for, unfortunately, was them to, probably people looking for that move need to get washed out, come back. They didn't do a nice pullback here because they're assholes. They just set the squeeze and gone. So we've locked someone at 50s and we'll just see now. If we can get 715s, 740s, it would be great. It was a rough hold, yeah. And I mean, this is the thing, right? What always worries me, I'll tell you why I had concerns over this. Because this is a straight up move. It's a grind, but it's a straight up move. This is a straight up move. All right, and then we go into consolidation in my box. We expect consolidation in the box. The problem is we haven't done this, right? So the drop here, right? If they wanted to be really nasty, they just go right back down to here. And that's what was making me uncomfortable. But, you know, big squeeze, sideways action. We should complete this now, ideally. But either way, we've paid ourselves now, and that's our job as day traders, is to pay ourselves. Made 2K, nice. Top 40 brand, nice work. Nice work, nice work. Pass an eval with that, nice work, Harry. You are the best MTF here, man, thank you, you're welcome. Sorry, what was the run after 50 target? Well, 60, but we've got a low volume node here, but I really think we should, if the market starts to print, we should be looking for high of day. All right, let me just check who's caught up there. Give me a second. Right, so we want to print above value area high. So we need to hold above 60s. We have a little sell side imbalance to 70. So I would say buyers this morning got caught at 50s, at 60s, and at 82s. 82s, yeah. So we're above the 50s now, or we're at the 50s where we've locked some in. We'd love to see an acceptance over 60s and then through this little node here, right? If we're going to go on a value rotation, they're going to be horrible, and they're going to do something like this back down to here, which is why we lock in. If we can get above this and certainly above this node here, this becomes possible. Maybe they come back in here and be dirty and come back, which would be fine. As long as they don't come back down into this shit. We don't want them down there. We look good though. There's buyers turning up now. We look good. This guy at 620 needs to move higher though. Why can't we have the guy who was being aggressive down here join up here? Because it was very obvious that he was being aggressive. He was like, nope, reload, 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 walk up, walk up, walk up, walk up. He's run out of money. We want Mr. Infinite bid back. Makes our life much easier. Alex, what exactly are you reading to see who's stuck? Can you show us, please, so I can get a better understanding? In that case, I was just looking at the delta profile. I can show you here. So see this at 650 right here. This is why it was our target, because we had a buyer. We had 200 lot buyer who was stuck there. So I wanted to come and test him and get above him. Now we're above him. This 200 lot buyer is in the money. So now we're looking upside to see where other outliers are. Okay, 60s. You can see 60s. There's some buyers that are caught at 60s from earlier in the day. We keep coming up. There's a bit caught at 74s. And there's a bit caught at 83s. So here we're at the 60s. We're now through the 60s. So we're going to keep pushing at 100 lot at 60s. If we're through that and we support the bid there, we can keep squeezing. 700s on deck here. And if we just think about this, when we look why this has happened, all right, let's just zoom out a little bit here. All right, remember this morning we bid the open. They flushed the open. We bid the open because I said SOXL is gapping up. This thing's going to go. Okay, bid, reflush, rebid. Up high. Okay, who are the only buyers really caught now? Is anyone above price, right? Is here. Right, this is where guys are currently caught. This high of day, 80 lot, 100 lot. This was the big guy we needed to trade to, all right? 316 lot at 660 and 50s. All around here is 50s is the 200 lot, right? That we kept re-adding. So if we just zoom out, and this lot of 50s, look at this guy that got caught. Right, so if we zoom out now, right, the only guys trapped are these buyers at the highs, right? So we're going to try and see if we can let them out, right, above here. If we let them out, we're going to print new highs. If we think about which sellers are trapped now, it's these guys. Yeah, they sold very aggressively. That's a good low of day auction. We pinned off it. Look at the buy that came in at 600. Remember I said, well, there's a non-stop bid. Was it 520s? It was around here. They were trying to break down. You see all these horizontal lines. They walk up, walk up, walk up, walk up, walk up. And they start getting aggressive. We get the break of 50s. They pull back. They walk up, support the bid. And they keep adding and adding and adding and adding and adding. And once we get this break here, this is the stops being popped, 346 lot. Now the squeeze is on. Remember I said above 600 the squeeze is on because this is the pivot. Right? Think about if you were short here for the breakdown, if you were these short guys and you had runners left or even all your size left and you didn't get it, what happens here? You start stopping out. There you are. Now we hold above your average, right? If you're a short seller, we're now holding above your average and we are printing upside and we're going to try and let these participants here out now. And that would be a new high of day if we do that, right? Above here. You can see this guy here, 141 lot seller at the high. So we look good. We look great. This is really good. This is what we wanted to see. So hit Globex now. Volume profile delta, VPD, volume profile delta. Where does my value high and low? On the current day, it's from the New York Open. I only do it from New York Open on current day. Same for previous day. I only care about New York Open. For previous week and current week, I care about everything. Or I start trading the new monthly futures next week. I'll start trading it when enough volume rolls over and not beforehand. Here we go, guys. Squeezes on. All right, really good. Let's see if we can get high day like we said. So if we can get through 680s, 685s, then I think we get high of day in 740s. And SOXL has just made a new high. It's really good. Yeah, SOXL, the next stop for it is really 195 and 200, like we said. We look really good here now. We positioned well. So the trades today were, we were long for this, and then we ignored this. I can't remember if I took a break even here or not. I have to look. And then I tried this long here for 20 points and then stopped out break even. And then I think I tried a breakdown here. Yeah, I did. I tried a short here versus previous week value area high. The bid came back in, so I didn't fight him. And then we bid up. So one loss there, small win there, big win here, very big win here. And we're almost there. So you can lock some in high of day. And then you're looking for 740 and 783s. Yeah, still holding, mate. Still holding. No reason to sell it yet. We haven't, like you said, I put my stop up to 600 or wherever it was. And I will move it up now and just protect this node now. And we'll just see. Ideally, we get all the way up. Any short? No reason to be short today, bud. No reason to be short up here. The short today would have been if we left current day value and left previous week value and we wanted to close the gap. That would have been the short down into here, which I tried down here. We didn't get it, so now we go up. No short. There's no reason to be short. Do I use Bookmap a lot? I mean, yeah. It's I can't trade without Bookmap. I'm just telling you the truth. I cannot trade without Bookmap. Why have I got Ninja gone off? For fuck's sake. Keep losing data to these things. Panic mode. I'm going to have to do the Ninja update, I think. I haven't done it. Have any of you done it? I think that's why I'm getting problems. Have any of you updated to the new Ninja? Thanks, guys. Yeah, I'm sure I'll be better by next week. Why is it so hard to switch my bias once the market opens and is going against my bias? Do you want the honest answer? I can give you the honest answer. It's because you've got an ego. That's the honest answer. That's no different for you to anyone else. That if anyone asked me that, it would be the same thing. It's an ego issue. It's an ego issue. Right? As humans, we love to be right. Okay, so if the market's telling you you're wrong and you're fighting it, that's your ego, right? Because what happened down here? What happened down here? Alex went from long bias. Okay, I'm going to see if we can reject value and trade lower. Okay, I went short. What happened? I took the stop. What happened? I saw the buyer. What happened? Okay, I'm long again, right? Because what I understand is the guy here is a big boy, right? And he's going up and he's leaving slipstreams behind him. And me, I'm not even this big. You can't even see me. I'm fucking plankton in his slipstream, right? If my ego gets too big and I fight him, all right, if I'm like, no, we're going down, he's like, I'm gonna eat you, mate, because you're a fucking nobody. And that is the market. And that's no different to anyone ever. That's just how it is. If you fight the market, it will be your ego, right? If you're the guy right now who's like, we're up too high, we have to short. Why? What indication is there of a short? For me, there's no indication of a short. Like I said, for me coming into today, I was long bias here, wasn't I? I said, I think we're going to squeeze the open because of what SOXL was setting up. It was setting up a gap and go. All right, which meant I felt like we'd do this at the open. They did a tiny little wiggle and then they fucking sent it and we caught it. If I decided at the open, we're up too high, we've gapped up, we have to sell, it's just ego, man. It would just be ego. I considered a career in fine arts. I know you laugh. I'm the worst at drawing. I know I am. I'm very aware that I look like I'm about as good as drawing as I am at throwing a ball with my left hand. Do I cover how to use Bookmap in the course? Yeah, in the order flow course I do, yes. All right, so you can see this 100 lot at 144. They're going to fill him, and then they're going to look for the squeeze through him. We're almost there, folks. There's a little bit of front running here. Remember, all the time we hold a print over 680 now. We look good. Am I still holding from IB low? I don't think I'm in. I'm not in from IB low, mate. IB low's here. I'm in from like here. I wish I was in from here. I'm not in from here. I'm in from like here somewhere. Thanks, Mohammed. That's very kind of you. I appreciate you, man. I just want to get out this trade so I can go back to bed. Once you hit IB high and squeeze, then I'll be done. Can it go to 30k now? It's possible. Might be asking a lot for today, but it's possible. Where was the pullback today? Give me a second. It might be asking a lot for today. I think we can certainly come up here. Look, this is the measured move. So our target's up here of 740s. Are the measured move. If we get a squeeze out above that, obviously it's new all-time highs. The 100% move will be 880s. You can see we do have a fib up at 30,000. I'm not going to rule it out. Look, I'm not going to rule it out. But the high probability move is to here. Okay, maybe they set a squeeze and keep going. Maybe they push and do this. Maybe they take profits into the weekend and we sort of just base here. I don't know. I can't rule it out, but it's there is a fib up there. We do have a measured move. We are bullish overall. Like there's potential for it. You have a Bob Ross course for me. Bob Ross was the legend, man. I tell you what, when I was at university, one of my friends, one of my housemates, Dave, he was the laziest fuck ever. He would never go to lectures. He'd never do anything. But I tell you what he would do. He would sit in front of the TV drunk, painting with Bob Ross. And I'm not even joking. Oh, God. Is it possible to see order flow on Tradeify or Ninja? Yes, on both of those. It's possible on both. Carson Davis, for the first time ever, I passed a TPT in one day. Thanks, Alex. You're welcome. I don't think you can pass them in one day, though. You have to pass them in 5, my friend. You might have got yourself in a bit of a problem there. How come overday we map out? What do you mean overday? We map out these continuations for high and lows. But for the past 3-4 days, we stay in range. I'm not sure what you mean. What's C1? Cool wall 1. It's your biggest cool wall for the day. TPT in day 1, they don't have a consistency rule. Take Profit Trader absolutely does. It has a 50% consistency rule for evals, but you actually need to trade them over 5 days. So you can pass in 2 days, but then you need to rotate those accounts for 3 more days. But it absolutely does have a consistency rule. On the evals, it has 50%. On funded, it doesn't have anything. What did I do at uni? I did sports psychology. Still looking good, holding this node. In fact, I'm very tempted. My stop's down here. I'm very tempted to move up to here and just protect it to get out, to be honest. I know it would probably stop me out, but I'm so tired. I'm at the point where... What are we showing on here? Not really seeing that. The same. 74s. Yeah. I know I'm going to get stopped out. I'm going to move my stop up a bit. I'll come out and set. No. Yeah. All right, come on. Let's just fill this 100 and finish this move for us. Let's let Alex get back to bed here. Come on, market. Come on, market. Am I going to Champions League final? Not at the moment. I had tickets reserved for the VIP, but I could find no one stupid enough to spend $15,000 with me. Okay, here we go. 700s. Once we break 700s, I think we'll get high of day. 150 lot here at 700s. And then I think we've got a chance. There's a bid coming at 90s now. I don't really want to wiggle out here too much. I just want to go and complete the move so I can go back to sleep here. Please come and fill this guy at 700. Come on. Where to set a stop, Alex, if I want 740s? Realistically, probably it's got to be 650s. Realistically, but I'm going to protect these. But realistically, if they don't take this in one go, they will do the same thing that they did here, right? They will do the trap. They will come into this node and then recover and go. So realistically, if you're long down here and you're going to hold all day, you want to use this node as protection and you want to use this as support. Here we go. Come on, baby. Come on. 150 lot here. Let's just fill him. Come on. Please stop front running. Just... one big send it for Alex. Come on. We're almost there. We're going to fill this guy. 142 lot 700. Once he goes, we should get a little swipe. Here we go. Come on. We filled 10 of him. That was pathetic. You filled 10 of him. Fuck off. 10? Get through him. Did he reload? Oh, he did reload. Okay. Come on. Get through him. 700 to the level. Come on. Just finish the fucking auction. Here we go. You're there again. Come on, Mr. Whale. Someone buy 500 lot here and get me filled and I can get out. What I don't want to do is give too much back here because we've got a very steep trend line and they will dunk it. So I'm not going to let it come back down underneath this shelf for me. I know that means I'm going to stop out before it hits it, but I'm not letting it come under this. I know you're going to stop me out and then do it, but I cannot sit here all day. I don't have the patience right now. 6K today. Thank you, sir. Coffee for you and the wifey. Hey, Tony, that's very kind. Thank you, my friend. Don't be a dick for a tick. Yeah, for sure. I mean, I'm looking for this up here, though. I'm looking for the 700 break to get me my fills up here. I've already paid myself some. It's not like I haven't paid myself. But I'm looking for 700 break to squeeze up to these. That's what I'm looking for. Hope you feel better. Thanks for helping out today. You're welcome. You're welcome. Thanks, everyone. Here we go. Through it we go. Big buyer. We've got to finish this auction and squeeze higher now. We do not want to get stuck here after filling that huge passive seller. We need to do like a 15-point squeeze out. Please, don't be a prick. Oh my God. If we don't reclaim 700 here, I'm out. Come on. If you don't reclaim 700, I'm going to have to take this off. They're refreshing here again. Come on. All I want is IM day. Is all I want. Ooh. I'm about to size down here. Taking one off there. I'm taking one off. I still think it goes higher. I'm lacking patience being sick. Here we go. 75 like 700 again. I'm teeny size left. Here we go. Come on, go and do high of day. You fucking morons. And they're refreshing again there. All right, you've got a passive seller at 700s refreshing over and over and over and over, just so that you're aware. You need to get well through him now. You need to get a big swipe above him because he's going to keep coming in there by the looks of it. You've now caught 350 odd lots around 700 buy side. So if you don't break up through that, that would be a high of day auction. I'm glad I paid myself that. All right, either knock me out. Either knock me out or get me filled higher. I don't care which at this point. I want to go back to bed. About to knock me out. I'm at this node at 80s, just under it. Might stop. I don't think this is finished, but I think what will happen is I will eat my stop and then we'll do this. I think that's what you're going to get. Because we're too steep. All right, my stop's about to get taken here. One little flush and I'm out. Glad I paid myself some. Here we go. Almost taken me. Almost taken me. Almost taken me. Almost taken me. How have you not taken me out? Teasing me there, I'm gone. All right, that's me done. Now, what I'd look for this afternoon, or when I'm gone, because I'm going to get off the stream now, I would look for them to hold this, ideally for you. Right, I'd look for them to run some stops, find a bid, and come up back up to this side. I think that's going to be the cleanest play. Like I said, I think they probably need to do that because of how this is built. We talk about this all the time. If I wasn't feeling sick, I would probably have taken some partials and I'd be adding into this once I see this side form and looking for that rotation because I think it looks good for you lot. I don't think they are done with this yet. You will need to watch, all right, just as a reminder, you can set price alerts, all right? You need to be aware of what's going on over here. All right, 190 must hold. This is starting to roll over a little bit, but you're still making higher highs and higher lows. This can pull back in and hold, right? Ideally, you want IB to hold and continue. What I'd be conscious of now is if they come to IB and they fail to reclaim these sort of 92 levels and you come down here, be very careful. Be very careful if they start doing this the closer you get to the afternoon session on a Friday, because if you see the market for some reason go risk off on a Friday because they don't want to hold over the weekend, you don't want to get caught on anything there. Yeah, you do not want to get caught in anything down there if they start taking profits on a Friday. I'm not saying they do, but I'm just saying they've had another good week. We're up at all-time highs. Who knows what happens over a long weekend? They might lock in. You don't know, they might lock in. So just be smart is basically what I'm trying to tell you. I will be back Tuesday, I guess. Monday's closed, right? Tuesday. Have a great weekend, everyone. I should remind you, the Take Profit Trader sale, the 50% sale with code FlowZone, it ends on Sunday. Any account you get with that before Sunday will be $100 reset. After that, prices go up for all accounts. So just make sure you're aware. I'm not telling you go and buy loads of them, but if you like trading with them, now's the time to go and get those accounts. For everything else, you still have 90% sale on Apex, code FZT at Apex, code FZT at Lucid, 50% off for your first 2 accounts there right now. And you've got like a 48% sale or something at FZT&x as well. So lots of good sales on right now. Good time to load up. How are we doing on the likes? We didn't get anywhere near, so we'll roll that over to next week. There you go. Here comes the move. Here comes the move. The little low volume, tap in, and then go. This is what I would be looking for if I had more patience today. All right, guys. Big love, everyone. And yeah, make sure you get off the charts like we always talk about at the weekend. Go and do something fun. Go and be with family members. You've got a long weekend. Go and do some things that make you happy. All right, don't just sit on these charts forever and ever. Big love. I appreciate you all. And anyone that's emailed me, I will get through those today. I'm going to go and have a little nap now and rest up. All right, take care, everyone. Use hard stops.